In 2019, Canadians will have to choose between more of this tax and spend that my colleagues have been talking about, more of this loss of competitiveness, more of this debt, and ultimately stagnation, or they can choose us. They can choose the Conservative Party that has always brought the best out of Canada, that has always opened up new vistas of potential for this country. But whether Canadians choose us in 2019 depends on what we do next year. It depends on whether we go back to a formula that brought us some success, yes, but ultimately let us down last year. Do we want to just appeal to the anger and insecurities of people? They're real. We can all see them around us. There's frustration out there. Do we want to speak to part of the Canadian audience, but not all Canadians? Do we want to narrowcast to a few groups that we know identify with us, or do we want to speak to all Canadians? And I honestly think that the way forward is to speak to all of Canada. It is to say loudly and clearly, as many of us have said tonight, that our best days lie ahead. That Canada is the best place in the world to be a young person, and that we as Conservatives will do several things with the next mandate that will set this country on a course like no other. We will retool, reinvent government for a new era. We will bring back a tax regime and a business environment that are second to none in the world. We will unlock exponential growth for Canadian exports, not just here in North America, but in Asia and in Europe. Look at the countries that are doing better than us. Australia, higher standard of living, higher per capita income. Why? Because they've linked into the growth story that Asia represents. The Nordic countries, my wife is Danish, live better than Canadians do. Why? Because of the European Union, because of the potential of that market. Let's take part in it. Let's end the genocide in Syria. Let's live up to our reputation and our responsibilities. And let's build more of the great countries, of the great companies for which Kitchener-Waterloo is rightly renowned. Let's take robotics, artificial intelligence, augmented and enhanced reality. Let's take the new economy across Canada and let's take it global as Canadians. Thank you very much for having us tonight, and Merry Christmas.